This gentleman says that I'm not permitted to dine here. I'm afraid not.
How does he smile and shake their hands like that?
Because it takes courage to change people's hearts.
Green Book's Mahershala Ali, who plays Don Shirley, won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. The film also won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. Actor Viggo Mortensen and Green Book filmmaker Peter Farrelly spoke to VOA about the film.
And he directed it so well that it almost looks easy, almost looks effortless. But I've read thousands of scripts, and I've written 3, and I know how difficult it is to find the right balance between, you know, in the case of Green Book, dramatic tension, humor, but that's organic, that comes from a situation, from contrast between characters, great dialogue that's sparkling, that's intelligent, that has subtext to it, and a story that has a rhythm and a pace that is steady and just keeps improving. And underneath all of that, you have really a history lesson.
Green Book's wins were emblematic of this year's awards, which were all about diversity. Alfonso Cuarón's Roma also won 3 Oscars for Best Cinematography, Best Foreign Language Film, and Best Director. The story, told from the perspective of an indigenous Mexican housemaid, pays tribute to female domestic workers worldwide. In his acceptance speech, Cuarón thanked his 2 female stars, Marina de Tavira and Yalitza Aparicio, for being the heart of Roma. Roma might not have risen to such prominence had it not been produced by Netflix and streamed into millions of households all over the world. Online viewing platforms are exposing diverse films to the world, says George Mason University media expert Richard Craig.
The objective is hopefully that it opens up doors and opportunities for those voices that typically do not have the ability to compete and have their storylines and their content valued at the highest level.
Olivia Colman won the Oscar for Best Actress for her role as Queen Anne in the European film The Favourite by Yorgos Lanthimos. The movie is a political period drama told from the perspective of 3 women. Ryan Coogler's Black Panther was another 3 Oscar winner, garnering 1 for Best Achievement in Music and 2 in the costume field. Hannah Beachler and Ruthie Carter are the first African Americans to receive Oscars for costume production and design, respectively. Ruth Carter told VOA that her costumes were inspired by African indigenous tribes and empowered the women in the story.
They have weaponry, they wear armor, but then we did it in a beautiful way. So the color is enhanced. The armor looks like jewelry. Their harness, as I call it, wraps the body in a certain way. They pay homage to their history. That's what I feel makes the wearer feel so empowered, because they're wearing their story.
Regina King won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for her role as Sharon Rivers in Barry Jenkins's African-American drama If Beale Street Could Talk. Spike Lee's Black Klansman, an unflinching look at race relations in America, won the Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. Rami Malek won the Oscar for Best Actor for his role as Queen lead singer Freddie Mercury, as he's grappling with his sexuality and his immigrant background in Bohemian Rhapsody. Finally, the Oscar-winning animated feature Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the first Black Spider-Man film to win an Oscar. Penelope Poulou, VOA News, Washington.